You guys live a different.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC, a superposition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz.
There comes this moment. There comes this moment. Every now and then, okay? I go take a shower, I do my hair, get a little water on my shirt, it doesn't matter. There comes a moment where I wake the fuck up. And maybe you do too. Maybe you just hit that road. Maybe you missed out on who the fuck I am. Maybe you forgot. But I'll remind your ass in a heartbeat. Kids, women and children, hide them all. I'm out here fucking people up. It's called Marantz Rantz. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I got people out here saying the dumb shit. I got people out here doing the most in the worst way. They must have forgot. You know, Marantz, he's been doing our live streams, 45 minutes. He's chilling. He's too busy playing WoW. Fuck that. I canceled my car raid tonight. I told the 10-man crew, I'm not going. He said, what's going on, bro? I said, nah. Don't matter that I'm the top DPS. Doesn't matter, bro. Life goes on. There's more important shit going on right now. This world's about to collapse. Am I the only one? Am I the only one seeing the broader market? Here, I'll break it down for you since you guys don't do all the due diligence that the rest of the world might be doing, yet they're not doing on GameStop. I'll break it down for you this way. The Russell 2000. Russell 2000, the top 2,000 companies in the world were down 1.7% today. I'm ballparking because I saw it earlier. The S&P 500 was down 1.79%, 1.78%, and that range when I checked the number. Intraday, sometime during the day. Who gives a shit? Oh, do you know what that means? Nope. The NASDAQ. Let's go to the QQQ. They're down 2.5%. Hey, Earth to everyone. Today was the day. Forget the bullshit headlines. Forget everything they want to push towards you and distract you with. Meta, down 8%. Amazon, down. Google, down. Apple, you're telling me right now? NVIDIA, down 5%, 4%? Yeah. How? How? In the world of, this is a great economy. This is a great world. This is what we're doing? The market lost $1 trillion today. I didn't see anybody jumping for them buildings. I didn't see anybody going out there saying that we lost. This is a monopoly. This is a Ponzi. Nobody did this shit, right? No? No, you want to know what they did? They halted redemptions this whole last week. This is the final week of the quarter. This is it. It's a 13-week quarter, guys. It is so different. 14-week quarter. This is, you guys, it's 53 weeks this year. We started early. We started in December 29th. Wall Street's trying to mess with you. Trying to tell you GameStop's not worth anything. Isn't that crazy? We'll talk about that in a moment. But the best part about all of this, just so that we're clear, is we're going to educate today. You know what I do? I go through the Vine. You know, I just sit back and I let shit happen. Educate myself through the process. I say, okay, when am I ready to have this conversation? Everybody's trying to have this conversation, not me. What conversation? The Ryan Cohen conversation. The Ryan Cohen conversation is Ryan Cohen costs $200 an hour on security. That cost us everything in our company. That's the truth. I don't know if that's one or two people. I don't know if that's insurance included. I don't know, $1.8 million a year on security. I want to protect him too. He's our largest shareholder. I hope he has a good security system at home. I hope that his driver drives safe. And I hope his wife cooks some great meals. He looks a little malnourished. But that's not my concern. The leverage is in his hands. I was brainstorming today. Why would somebody merge and acquisite, right? Why are we M&Aing? We're not getting acquired. We're acquiring things. You guys, there's an identity there when you acquire things. Years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I was on this stream with you, and I told you something. As a matter of fact, I know when it was. It was 3 years ago. I was doing an interview with a failed guy named Kais Malej. And Kais Malej came up. This is in the summer of 69, 23. Right? Ryan Cohen bought into Bed Bath & Beyond. Ryan Cohen's about to sell his position in Bed Bath & Beyond, which he did a month later after this interview that I did. This is before anybody knew who PP Seeds was or any Bed Bath & Beyond people. Listen. Kais Malej tells me, Marantz, I think GameStop is going to merge with Bed Bath & Beyond. Mike Recupio is going to be the CEO of Bed Bath & Beyond. He was just the CFO for GameStop. They're going to merge, and it's going to become one big company, and they're going to win. And I said, hold on. I'll get back to you. It was the next day. It's kind of like I treat them like I do my employees, where I say, they go, excuse me, sir, boss, can I have a day off? And I go like this. Sure. You know what? Let me look at it. I never give an answer immediately. Hey, boss, I was thinking about oh, okay. Let me think about that. It's just a tactic I use to buy me some time to go figure out, do we have coverage? Is this do they even have enough PTO? Is it okay? Like, you ask all these questions, but you don't say it. There's this thing. It's called yes and. This is something that I learned this year, and I'm grateful to learn this. I really am. The verbiage is yes and, meaning that you can say yes and to everything. To everything. Every question they ask you, yes. And here's why. Here's how. Do you know why I'm telling you this, guys? I figured out then, after talking to very important people in my life, I have a very unique network for individuals at the highest echelon level of leadership, of growth. If you guys don't know my background, I come from retail initially, but it's a management retail. It's not like I'm cutting open boxes. I've grabbed carts before. That's not it. I'm in the other room. I'm in the general manager room. I'm in the growth room. I'm in the room that makes decisions. So when I'm in that room and I ask the question, why don't companies merge together to beat out someone? Why doesn't it happen that way? Why can't everybody just go beat Amazon? They can't do it. Well, you know why. What was the conclusion? I taught a lot of you guys this because I taught it to myself as well. The one reason why you cannot teach it or do it is because you have to have a final decision maker, a final identity, a culture. The merger and acquisition is not the problem. It's the thing you do after the announcement. This is why M&A doesn't work. This is why I called the show Value Destruction. You ever seen companies, value destruction? They destroy their brand. They destroy everything. Why? What do? They're AOL and Time Warner. They merge and they got no plan after the fact. The plan was to merge. We have to get through all these complications to get to here before we actually execute what the plan is after the fact. Right, Netflix? Right, Warner Brothers? Right, Discovery? Value destruction has happened 90% of the time for multiple companies. I'm thinking of two right now, Sephora and Kohl's. People don't know what's happening there, but Kohl's is destroying themselves. You guys see the headline that came out? It said AMC was buying these big screen TVs, or there's some another theaters they were opening and they were doing in the U.S. And it was like, they're spending money. They're not making money. They're spending money. It's all part of the playbook. Some people took it as they're so healthy financially. This is something good to do. Value destruction. Think about how many companies that they've partnered with and combined with to ruin their own value. I'd love to use AMC as an example. They teamed up with Movieco. They teamed up with Odin Movie Theaters, Carmike Movie Theaters, Magic Johnson Theaters, via Lowe's Theaters. Yeah. Talk about ruining your brand. Value destruction via M&A. This is part of the playbook from private equity. Yes, I get it. Ryan Cohen, brand him private equity. Give him a tag on the back. He's a venture capitalist. He's going to do all this stuff from the inside out. Ryan's a little different. Hey, private equity, take notes. Ryan's doing the job. He's wearing the title. Do you know what that means in the world of what we're talking about tonight? That means Ryan has the leverage. People are talking about this everywhere today. Talked about it indirectly today in the Discord. If you guys are paying attention, don't worry. Discord's completely free. Always will be. So think about it. Talked to Kais Malej, said it's never going to happen. GameStop's never going to merge with Bed Bath & Beyond as a company because there would be no final decision maker. And how would you implement your culture onto a company that had brand destruction, value destruction? They did it to themselves. I don't know if you guys know that. They had 4 or 5 companies within themselves, and they went ahead and bankrupt themselves. You see it all the time. There's winners and losers. All right. So now that we got that all the way, what is the conversation today? When you M&A, there are 2 ways of doing it. One, we can do a stock purchase, come out with cash, and buy the whole thing. We get to buy up all of your bullshit. That's right. We get to buy your liabilities, unseen and seen. We don't know what vendor relationships you have, what failed partnerships you have, what you're overpaying for. We don't know any of that. GameStop just did a whole cleaning of the books, renegotiated everything. And that's how Ryan gets to come out and say, you know what? Here's the thing. Me and my team, we have something very valuable. We have a playbook. And this is how you create value via M&A, guys. You don't have to go to a company that's so massive, so big, and think you have to cash it out and share it out. That's not how it works, geniuses. I can do it 2 different ways. 2 additional ways. One, I can go there and sell myself. I can go into a company, show the blueprint of what I just did with Chewy and GameStop, and the fact that it's e-commerce, omni-channel, and I get to sell myself. Hey, look what I can do if you allow my systems, my SOPs. Remember what I told you about operations manuals? Standard operating procedures. I sell you the playbook. I tell you this is how we do it. This is how we did it. Now, you're going to pay me because you're going to see the improvements. And how are you going to pay me? You're going to pay me via your company. You're going to give me a portion of it. You're going to give me a fraction. And you're willing to do it because it's going to increase what you currently do. I don't have to come in and give you $1. I can negotiate my own skill set. That's the difference. That's consulting. That is leverage. That is being a parent company. When people find this out, you can do it this way, or we can piece it out. I didn't come here to buy your company, but I came here to buy your company. Oh, yeah. Your inventory, your logistics, your IP, whatever it may be. Put a price tag on it, but it's mine. See, people are wrapped in this idea of I got to buy the whole thing. No, I don't. I'm willing to sit here and listen to every angle that Ryan's working. But Ryan, please sell your services, babe. And don't sell it for cheap because it's not cheap. You just leverage GameStop's whole book. $10 billion to go from $1 billion cash to 10 and everybody. Oh, it's bonds and it's dilution. It's just, I've got companies out here diluting themselves. Value destruction for free. Put a little common sense on the table. I know. People don't think this way. I went to Superstock today. I haven't been there in a long time. They had 7 people online. 800,000 bots, 7 people online. You ever ask yourself, what the internet is doing to you? How it manipulates positions and the way you view things, the optics of it all? What was the biggest thing going on for the last 4 years? The Ukraine war. Laundering money through FTX via politicians all the way back down, and it's massive. This is that. And then people send videos, and there's nightclubs going, there's people going to work. It's not that war. It's not war. You got to remember what's put in front of you and force fed to you and spoon fed to you happens for a reason. You know what happened this week? This week, I had a guy who used to befriend me and speak out against AMC as an investment and call Adam Aaron the devil and that he'll never trust him. That same guy came out and made a video and a post and said he's buying more AMC shares. Zero integrity. I have a guy right now by the name of Kids Mills Studio. Invented this company just a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Royin Sensei. Maybe you've seen him. He's the jerk off. Yes, excuse my language. He's the jerk off that wears his Pokemon hat while he does power packs and promotes GameStop. Have you seen him? I have. He then says, I just added another 30,000 shares of AMC. I thought it was cheap at $5. Under $1 is mind-blowing. And then he continues to promote the grift to everyone. I asked him if he wants to come onto the show and be a part of the interview. I told him, show up. If I had zero problems, if they had zero problems, the price would be $1. Wouldn't be $1. You're acknowledging that he says that the leadership is bad. Hollywood keeps pumping out remakes and classics and is killing the creativity of new movies. People do not want that. They want fresh. Like, what are you doing? You're actually writing up what it's not. Hell, you can even replace a CEO. If someone sees the value in the brand, we all know how we feel about the CEO. Hold on. So you're saying it's a great investment. You love it. I love investing in companies that still mean something to their customers. They offer an experience. Watching a film on the big screen can actually influence you for the rest of your life. What gets me excited is when real problems are at the top of management level, not with the brand itself. Oh, this is someone who's severely uninformed. The brand itself is private equity. The brand itself is private credit. The brand itself went bankrupt in 2001. You just didn't know it happened. You didn't know that Apollo walked in and bought 49% of the company, 51% by JP. You didn't know that they renegotiated in 2004. You didn't know that they went ahead and went public in 2013. You didn't know that they bought dead movie theaters the whole way through. Adam Aaron got planted into that company and bankrupted the damn company. But here you are buying it on a reverse stock split at 10 cents a share or 9 cents a share. And yet you're a GameStop supporter somehow, some way. I call bullshit on everybody. Who's the next one? I mean, guys, the list is short and long, both. How about this one? I don't know if you guys remember this guy called Gavin May. Gavin May used to be the Elliott Wave guy. Tell you how great a stock and it's going to be. GameStop going to the moon, $200 a share, $800 a share. I was there, Gavin. Then Gavin one day decided to put his face on a video, and nobody believed him after that. Because once you saw him, you go, wait a minute. You got more piercings, more bullshit, and you're only 20 years old? Well, who's going to believe you? You haven't been through shit yet. Can you wipe your ass? Sure. Well, let's wipe my ass with you, Gavin. He says, Jamie Warren's fell off a cliff. People don't realize that it'll never go to $32 this year. It's going to zero. The magnet to zero is strong. That's Gavin. You know, all these guys that I invite to the show or talk about. Here's my position, by the way. I bought another share today. I updated this right here. Bought another share. Keep buying a share a day. Do my part. They all forget about the leverage that Ryan Cohen holds. Hey, Endgame, you're there, right? You're watching the show? Endgame is from the UK. if I'm not mistaken. He's from the UK. Endgame has been watching this show for years. Huge supporter of us, Team 51. He is a member of Team 51, and he's a pivotal person for the show. You know what Endgame said today about the intro of the show? He said, man, the intro was fire. Thank you, Marantz, for that. You know, it's in my heart to get amped up for my investment. Always. To educate people on what it really is. To show them. To show them a headline. You show a headline, and the headline says, GameStop, revenue down, profits down, missed EPS, all of it. I mean, these are the headlines. And then you get to show them the sheet, and you go, look at this. Was it down? Is this true? Was the headline true? You get to educate people. But the thing you said, Endgame, at the start of the show, you said the intro. I want to remind all of you right now. The entry to GameStop at $22.50, you might never see again. It reminds me a lot of $10 2 years ago. You might never see these entries again, guys. You know, the meltdown had a whole meltdown. I posted a video yesterday. What was the screen on there? It said, Marantz says, Mo Ask is upon us. That's what I said. Do they understand why I put that title out there? No. They're stupid. They're not very intelligent. A lot of people, some people, are not as gifted as us. My whole idea behind putting that title out there was, why can't I just put out bullshit if they are? I'm not allowed to just put out a bullshit title. Mo Ask is upon us. No. They're allowed to say GameStop missed revenue. GameStop failed. GameStop's a terrible company. Ryan Cohen's trying to rob us. They're allowed to say everything, right? Marantz is a terrible investor. He doesn't even know how to read a balance sheet. That's what's said. They can say bullshit, but when I say it, oh, it's not true. Oh, got it all wrong. No, I got it right. Got it all right. I want to know why people have a website or make videos and they flat out lie. Like they literally can't read this the right way. Is Ryan Cohen wrong? Is Larry Chang wrong? Alan Adel? The rest of the investment world? Everyone who's putting in billions of dollars on GameStop? Are they wrong? How is it that $10 billion market cap, which happens to be the same amount of their assets, which happens to be the same amount as their cash essentially, and you're going to tell me that that's the value of the company? The whole world's wrong. This is wild. Marantz, you can't call them stupid. That's insulting to stupid people. Oh. Good point. I stand corrected. Marantz, do you know? I assume you were supposed to write, do you know? Marantz, do you know anything about XRP? I have a coworker talk about it all day long. Yeah, I do know about it, Christian. I would tell you to get a new job. Get away from people like that. They're uneducated. You know how old that coworker is? He's got to be 40 or below. Whenever you're listening to people and you're influenced by people, and yet they show you no material, anything. Yeah, I'm invested. Okay, show me. How much did you buy, Tony De Niro? You're invested in the GameStop. Go ahead, Tony. Surprise me with your position. And show me the cost average of $20, whatever the hell you claim. Show me that position. I'm showing you $23.63 on $60,000. Go for it. What do you got? I didn't think so. I'm showing you buy orders for the last 5 years. Religiously. What do you got? Exactly. Jackie de la Grift. Do the same. Call out every so-called GameStop supporter. Show me what you buy. You want to be an XRP supporter? Do it. Show me. Show the fucking tag, bro. I'm telling you guys. Show me. I'm talking about receipts. Don't tell me you bought 30,000 shares of AMC, Roaring Sensei. Show me. It's complete bullshit. This is what we deal with daily. You know what we do in the Discord? We post our buy orders. Boom. Every day. Guess how much it is? $25, $10, $15, $20. It's nothing. You shouldn't be worried about it at all, right? Or maybe you should make a website and buy a bunch of bots for interaction, but not for posting. Because Lord knows if I had 40,000 followers here, then maybe I would have, I don't know, 10,000 comments or 1,000. I don't know however many it takes to give you a good ratio somewhere. And it doesn't matter. You're on an actual website that all you can do is post, thumbs up. That's it. Not even a view. You don't get the impression count. You get a thumbs up if you put an arrow up or if you post a message on it. That's the damn website. And you tell me how you guys have 20-something thousand people, but only 30 active at a time. Really? It's embarrassing. They'll say, oh, 1,500 people active right now. Not a post on there has 1,500 arrows. I wonder why. You're all fake. You all buy your shit. You all get paid to do it. You know how many people I've had to run through where they go, I got paid to make this hit piece on you, man. Okay, cool, do it. Go make your money. Just remember, you're going to lose. All you losers are losing. Tony De Niro, you're going to lose in life. You already have. You're 80 years old. You're out here banging a 20-year-old. And you got like 10 GameStop shares and you brag about it. Get this shit out of here, bro. And over here, this guy, what's his name? Noisy Korax. Did you ask your mother to move the car first? Don't be getting her keys and moving the car without her permission. Don't do that shit. I was asleep on the play till the vision got clear. Heard Marantz Rantz talking patience. Now there's no fear. I got over 1,000 shares. Bro, are you rhyming? That sounded rhymey. Like you got bars, bro. Damn. It's kind of crazy. All right, so somebody asked a question about the $700 million leverage. Is that what they asked about? Okay, where's it at? Marantz, what's your take on, there it is. Marantz, what's your take on the $700 million set aside on a subsequent events line on the 10K? Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be for leverage via their Bitcoin, i.e., so if it were to get, writing covered calls, they'd be able to buy them back so it doesn't run away, but they're making money on it. Yeah, have you ever heard about that? I don't know if you guys know about this. Okay, cool. So whenever you write a call, you should have cash on hand, dry powder, to buy it back in case it gets assigned. Go talk to, who was it that was posting that they got their shares assigned? Was it one of those idiots, right? Short Destroyer or somebody like that? One of these guys on Twitter told me, yeah, I used to write covered calls back in the day, but then I got assigned. Oh, man, I had to buy my shares back and blah, 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 blah. It was stupid. He got assigned like at $26. Dumb. All that. He said he made $600 net. Probably for what? What are you doing with that? Bro, get out of here. Put $600 into the account every month for the last, 5 years. Do the math. Somebody please do the math. I'm averaging around $1,000 a month right now. I know. Guy's crazy. I'm a baller. I paid $75. Okay, so look at this. Oh, man, my other coworker talks about Netflix. I told him it was a pump and dump and doesn't believe me, and he's down 10K. He's going to be down 10K. And these guys buying things that are at the top of the market, wow. I mean, you could. Does Netflix pay a dividend? I mean, that's the only way I'm holding that. I can't hold blue chips if they don't pay dividends. Just can't do it. I'm holding GameStop because they're more than a blue chip. They're a growth company. Did you guys see the news? I'll leave it alone. We're not there yet. We haven't got there yet in this conversation. We're still talking about this $700 million. So it can be looked at two different ways. One, it could be the leverage for Bitcoin, covered calls that they've been writing to make money off of that, which I thought was brilliant because it's a forever thing. The next thing is, if it is a leverage play, and they go to a financial institution, you'll get 7, 8, or 9x on that money, leverage wise. So yeah, they could be buying into a position. They could be doing a lot of things. But to leverage 700 million, that's basically nothing. That's not going to move the market. Now, he says, AMC to the moon. What do you think, Marantz? Please don't kick me. Oh, I'm not going to kick you. I'm not going to kick you at all, bro. You could sit there forever in silence. There you go. You got a phone, though. You probably got a tablet. Who knows? Borrow your mom's phone. Make a new account. You might be able to get in. We're never going to find you again. You ever used to watch Unsolved Mysteries? Scariest shit ever. Watching Unsolved Mysteries when you were like 8 years old, 9 years old, that music comes on, that old voice, the old man comes on, bro. I was like, holy shit, what are we watching, Mom? This is Unsolved, bro. Shit. The scariest show of all time. Easily the scariest show of all time. And you know what was the next one? America's Most Wanted. So this is a true story. My mom and I, it was my mom, my brother, and me. My brother and I were outside. This is what we used to do when we were young. We had belts, and we were trying to kill bees with belts. So we were swinging the belts, killing the bees and the flowers. My mom was outside doing gardening, whatever. My dad was at work. And the car pulled up and just stared at my mom. And back in the day, we didn't know about abducting women or whatever, but my mom was young because this is my stepmom. So she was probably 19 or 20 when this happened. I'm going to go with 20 years old. And we were whipping with the belts and everything. And she said, come on, let's go inside. That guy's looking at me weird. We were like, really? Whoa. Guess what? That dude and that car showed up on America's Most Wanted like 3 years later. We're watching the show. My mom screamed. She called that number. She's like, I've seen that car. It was in Indio, California. It was on this time. But she knew everything, bro. You guys want to talk about your heart jumping out of your chest? That will blow you up. Yeah. Could I solve a mystery? I don't know. Let me interrogate some people. Let me investigate. Let me question some people. I have a good way of doing it. I want to explain something to people about GameStop and why it's a for sure thing. Why it's a guaranteed win. One, the rumor of Ryan Cohen having leverage on a swap and them contacting him and him saying, okay, I'll let you out. I'll let you out the gridlock. But here's what we're going to do first. We're going to do my compensation plan. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to give me everything that you own. I'm going to own you. Like, that's another mystery, right? Marantz Furman is my brother. Thanks for kicking him. I keep telling him GameStop is the stock to invest in. Well, I wouldn't have a brother like that. Ask yourself what I did with my brother. I literally disowned my brother. And he comes to me for investment information. I gave it to him. He took it. He lied, called it his own, and I won't have it. And that says a lot, doesn't it? That someone would steal your DD and then say it's theirs and then offer you a business deal. Why would you if I'm a failed high school student that didn't even graduate? I flunked out or whatever the hell he said. I don't know what he said. It was crazy. Yeah, like, okay. Whatever you want to say, bro. I don't care what people say for clicks. That doesn't matter to me. Tell your brother the same thing, bro. That guy's over here saying this shit for clicks. Get out of here. The creepiest part of the show is that they filmed it in location crimes actually happen. Oh, don't forget about 3 single leveraged ETFs just for GameStop alone. Hey, that's a good point. That is a good point that they actually have those leverage ETFs. If you guys don't know what he means by that, there are GMEX or GMEU or some bullshit that you can invest in, and it's for a 2X, 3X, blah, blah, blah. When GameStop runs, you're going to run. No, they're just manipulating the price, and that's fine because they don't even hold shares. I don't know if you guys saw the report that GameStop's advertising went from 39 million to 19 million or 14 million, something like that. Like they brought it all the way down. Bravo. Think about that. You're making more money and you're spending less. So guess what? That advertising budget swing over to protection budget. Who cares? I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Here's why GameStop's a for sure thing. And I know Carter's Corner Pocket talked about it because I was watching Carter's show from yesterday. I caught up on it today. I love it when Carter starts talking about certain things. And Carter said, hey, man, look, Carter was showing them his portfolio on his show. And shout out to Carter. He's in the chat always. He's probably here right now. But he was showing his power packs and the cards and went up in value. A week ago, I had 2 cards from power packs that had already increased over 100%, which was pretty awesome. And they're like old-time baseball cards. They're not even Pokemon cards. His Pokemon cards have increased in value. The thing about GameStop's inventory and what people need to understand about their business model, for people to really understand what's happening today. When you buy Madden, brand new Madden, it's worth $70 when you buy it because that's what everyone has to pay to play it. Within about 6 months, that game comes down in value, half. 6 months later, it's down to a third, a fourth, a fifth. You're giving it away. That is the life and death of these cyclical games of software. It's constantly changing, yet not in your favor. Diminished product. When you sell Pokemon cards, when you sell collectibles, they don't depreciate. They appreciate. Pokemon has a long history, 30 years of being in business, and the value has only increased, and it will continue to increase over all these years because people deem them valuable. They found a way to do it. They found a PSA-graded system. They found the rarity of cards that were printed, what they call out-of-print cards, have tremendous value. Raw packs sell for thousands of dollars. So, GameStop increased the price of all of their Pokemon cards. Everything they wanted to sell, they increased the price. Margins increased. People still bought the cards. GameStop kept the margin. I've never seen GameStop's highest quarter be their fourth quarter for margin. Because ideally for Christmas, you're buying consoles. And consoles don't have great margin. That's traditionally known. Nor does software. But collectibles do. And they're at 35% right now. That margin increases on an inventory that you don't sell. That's the luxuries of GameStop. 4 years from now, if you still have a Charizard box there that nobody bought, that shit's not going to be $199. It's going to be $399. And they're still sitting on the shelf if you're that lucky. But GameStop now has time to sit back and watch the numbers multiply. So I'm very excited for that. And that's how I can explain inventory to you and why I like the way Carter spoke on it. But the upsell of Pokemon and the upsell in pricing really mattered for us. So I'm happy with that. I'd like to remind people that certain people help destroy their own communities. Like 2 years ago, PPCs would come out and say, Bill Pulte got a thumbs up from Ryan Cohen. And because Bill Pulte calls me and talks to me, therefore we have the closest connection to Ryan Cohen. We all own GameStop or something to that effect, some bullshit like that. And then he tied that to himself and gave himself some credibility for those 6 degrees of separation to Ryan Cohen. How'd that work out for him? It didn't. He now is doing it with Roaring Puppy. That's Roy and Kitty's brother, Kevin. I don't give two shits about Kevin. Not at all. It's such a turnoff to me, the way people try to portray him to be anything part of this movement at all. I've got the Haas company going in and doing a deal. Say, I'm going to send you some clothing, whatever. You're going to wear it on the stream. You're going to do your thing. Promoting whatever they're going to promote and talk about. Could be a crypto coin that's not fruitful, that's not legit, distracting people from their investment. It could be, hey, we all need to unite and be together. We're retail investors. AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, who's not even investors at all. They have no identity. But yet we're giving them a way in. And I'm not. I respect everything the Haas company does. You guys know that I've supported them for the last 4 years, 3 years. BeTheHaas.com. What I won't do the 6 degrees of separation shit. I don't need Roy and Kitty to make me feel better about my investment. And that's why. That's why I am the way I am about certain things. So Matthew, respect you, brother, and everything you do. But you need to be aware of the decisions you make. Because you'll see what PPC just wrote today. How the connection is his connection. And it's via what we do. I know how to separate the two. Just some big brother advice. You know that I sit on one side of the table and I'm a GameStop only guy, so it doesn't even go down that way. I thought I'd share that with you. The rumor has changed. There's still an eBay rumor every now and then. I wonder who started that. Now it's a Best Buy rumor. Best Buy moved up 5% today because the rumor is GameStop's going to buy them. Call my daughter. Hey, babe, what's going on with that? She said, we just went ahead and started doing the Amazon third-party sales. We're allowing people to sell on our website via third party. It's awesome. We're so busy. It's got so much going on, so much traction, so much this. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, I don't think we're partnering up with GameStop. I was like, okay, babe. Love you. GameStop has this chance to either be a monster in the world, bigger than life, or they're going to be a fix it and flip type company. We fix you, we flip you, we go down the road. Because winning by terms of how you value it and how you measure it would be we can build it or we can buy it. Those are the options. We can build this company or we can buy a company. The results end up being the same. But that value destruction is a real thing. We already stole the Best Buy girl. Made her Team 51. Yeah, there you go. I want to throw something out there right now that no one's talked about. I know no one's talked about it. Oh, man. I'm the first one to do so much shit, man. These guys don't do shit, dude. It's like they don't brainstorm at all. They don't work for it. I don't even want to give them this shit, man. I don't even want to say the part I'm about to say. I don't want to do it because it'll be just like when I start talking eBay or I start talking about anything. The thing about M&A is it's always about who, what, where, when, how, and why. But it's more about the how. Have any of you guys done any homework on Australia? The Australian markets and private equity, private credit, they're absolutely failing. They're imploding. Companies are selling themselves for pennies on the dollar in Australia. We have the potential to grow in a separate sector and an industry in Australia. So financially, if we decided to be some type of vehicle for finance in Australia, we could own the whole damn thing. That's what I've seen. I started studying Australia today, and it's looking terrible. And I love terrible, but I think so does Ryan. So if Ryan has some really good people around him, maybe it's an acquisition that people are not thinking about. The thing about buying within your own industry, and I said this part before too, so people can copy it. Sure, I don't care. When you buy within your own industry, i.e. retail or e-commerce, you traditionally try to do what worked previously because that's your bread and butter. That's what you're good at. When you buy outside of your industry, you still might try some of those same tactics, but they don't work so well. It's like what I tell you, if you had a plumbing company and you want to buy it over, you're going to hope that you have a good plumber in place to help you run the company via the industry and them having that knowledge. Is that a good thing? Can be a good thing. But for hostile takeovers, it means we're going to lay off everyone because we're going to do it our way because we have a proven track record of it. When it comes to e-commerce, I'm just giving you an example. GameStop comes out and buys a company via e-commerce and retail. We get to walk in and go, you know what? You're all gone. Or we negotiate a deal and say, you know what? We're going to buy you and the management team for the next 3 years. But here's what works. It's kind of like what we did with Matthew Furlong, where he just bandaged it up until we took over completely. These are the paths to profitability that GameStop can do. And once we start this platform and once we start this blueprint, people are not going to be in the way so much. Like people are going to get along and say, you know what? It's already proven. They can do this. They can do that. I can't write him off and say he's not worth the $1 billion swing that he just showed. Certainly with the whole world betting against him, the stock price doesn't matter. We don't worry about stock prices. We're worried about value after the fact. Stack it high, watch it fly. People try to put a value on equity. Can't do that. You cannot get lost in the idea of what the stock cost and what it's worth. Keep running a better business. I'm going to leave it there. I could have went into detail the companies I've seen or I'm watching, but it's not ready yet. I've always given you the full DD of what I do and how I do it and the way my mind works. And then people try to write it off and say it's theirs, and they give zero credit, and they take it and they steal it. And at some point, I get to the point where I'm like, well, no, you don't deserve it. You hear me? Half of you guys who hate GameStop or Ryan Cohen or even hate me, you don't deserve what's about to happen for us. So chances are you won't buy in or you'll second guess it. You know, it's my victory. I met a guy today. He said, hey, Marantz, I bought 10 shares of GameStop. I said, you bought 10 shares? Congratulations. He goes, yeah. He goes, and I watched your show last night and I bought 30 more. See, there's somebody that understands. There's somebody that's willing to understand. I've never changed my stance. Never. Been rock solid the whole time. Good luck. Good luck hating on us. It's not going to get you anywhere. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I'll see you around, millionaires. Yeah. Let's do it again. Peace.
You know what I'm saying? These Rough Rider